Good morning, everybody. And again, we're starting the day with our fact of the day, which is 2 times 9. What do you think that equals? That's right, it's 18, which of course gives us the same answer as 9 times 2. Now, earlier in the week, we did 5 truths and 5 fibs. Some people found it a bit tricky. Hopefully now you understand what you need to do. It will seem a little easier. So I'm going to click my fingers, and 5 facts which are true and 5 which are fibs, which don't relate to this fact of the day, will appear. Pause the video. Can you work out which ones are true and which ones are fibs? Again, you don't need to record this in your book. Okay, I've noticed a small error here. 20 times 90 at the top should be equals 1,800. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's look for those truths and let's look for those fibs. So I've got my green for growth and my tickled pink. Let's see what we can spot. Now, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I haven't got anywhere near 18 ears. I haven't done 2 times 9. I've only done 2 multiplied by 4. So that is definitely a lie. Hope you spotted that one. That's my first fib. Okay, now what about this one? 18 divided by 2 equals 9. So how many 2's are there in 18? Let's count and see. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. So there are 9 2's in 18. So that is a truth. Now, here we've got 9 divided by 2 equals 18. Now that doesn't make sense, does it? If I take the number 9 and say how many 2's are there in it, I've got a number 9 here, we'd have 1 group of 2, 2 groups of 2, 3 groups of 2, 4 groups of 2, and half. So actually 9 divided by 2 would be 4.5 or 4.5. So that is definitely incorrect. I've used the right type of symbol because I can use a divide. I've used all the right digits, but it doesn't make sense. It's not true. Okay. Right, let's try this one here. 9 lots of 20p equals 180p. Let's try counting up in 20s. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, 160, 180. 180p. That is absolutely right. I could also write it as £1.80. Remember, I don't need to put p on the end if I have a pound sign at the start. So far I have 2 truths and 2 lies. Now, what about this fact? 9 and another 9. So it's 9 multiplied by 2 and it equals 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, sorry, I'll start that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So these are showing us a truth. But what about these sneaky ones over here? Let's check. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Oh dear, I haven't shown enough 2's. I haven't got 9 lots of 2 here, have I? I've only got 6. So this has room to grow. It's green for growth. It's not true. Okay. Now the fact down here, 2 add 9 equals 18. Now I know this has got to be a green for growth because I'm using an add sign and I have to use a times or a divide. So straight away I know it's wrong, and obviously 2 add 9 isn't 18, is it? It's 11. Right, so I've got 4 fibs and I've only got... Oh no, and I've got 4 truths. Oh, I think I might have done more. Let's have a look. I've been so keen, I might have done more. 180 divided by 2 is 90. That's correct, isn't it? Because all I've done is I've used my place value to turn that into 18 and this into 9. So I've times the 18 by 10, so the answer is also 10 times bigger. So that is a tick. Oh, Oh dear, I've spotted a mistake here. So this isn't a fib, but it's a silly Mrs. Davies error. So I'm going to squiggle this one out and put an equals sign in. So that is green for growth from Mrs. Davies. If you marked it correctly, that's fine, but hopefully you spotted my silly mistake. And then finally, 180 divided by 2 equals 9. So I've worked out that 180 divided by 2 is 90. So this one cannot be right. So actually, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fibs. And how many truths? 1, 2, 3, 4. But don't worry if you mark that as a truth, because it should have been, but I just got the symbol a little bit wrong, which shows you everybody makes mistakes. Remember, you don't have to write this one down. This is just to talk about and think about. Okay, Year 3. So I keep promising you some larger numbers. So today we're going to have a go at it. So these are numbers that extend beyond our normal 12 times 12. So we're going to go back to our big sheet of paper. If you've thrown this away, don't worry. It's quite simple to make another one. Just take a sheet of white paper, a ruler, draw your lines, put your multiplication sign in the corner, the top right-hand corner. Remember that what goes up here is the group, and what goes here is how many groups I have got. So let's go beyond 12. We're going to start with 13, and we're not going to make it too tricky to start with. We're going to say 13 times 3 equals. Now, you might know what 13 times 3 is, but it's not in your times table, so it's not one that you need to know off by heart. We're going to do this very practically again today with a little bit of recording at the end. So if I have 13 times 3, at the top, now sadly I've run out of my exciting pink post-its, I've only got some boring white ones now. So my group is going to be the first number, which is the 13. And the number of groups, very, very simple, is going to be the 3. So I will kind of move these out of the way. So they're still there, but the important thing is to have the numbers in these sections. So I'll move that one over there and put that on there. Okay. Now, because I'm at school, I'm very lucky. I can show this using my Deans, but in a minute I'm going to show you how to do it with things you have at home. So here's my first group of 13. So I've got 10, 11, 12, 13. So I'm using my 10s. Instead of lots and lots and lots of little ones, I'm putting a 10 and then 11, 12, 13. So I've made my 13. I'm going to keep them slightly separate, which will be useful later on. There's the 10, there's the 13. Now, have I solved it? Of course not. I've only got one group so far, and I need 3 groups. Let's do ourselves another group of 13. Okay. And 3 groups of 13, like I said. We need this, and we need these. Okay. So I've now got 13 times 3. I've got the number 13 and I've timesed it by 3 groups. So the question is, what's going to be the answer? So I can look at my 10s first. 10, 20, 30. Then 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. Well done if you knew that one already. Okay, now I could do it like this. I could count up every single box. So I'd start off with 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and so on. But I'm much more likely to get muddled. It's much easier for me to look at my 10s and then my 1s. 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. So this is my way to do it using Deans. Let me show you how to do it with things around your house. So for this task, you will need something long and thin to represent the 10s, to represent the Deans, and something short and round or square or whatever it is, but something small to represent the 1s. Now I've chosen pencils and buttons, but you could choose pens and sweets, or trying to think of something else which is long and thin, or pencils and shells, whatever it is that you have lying around the house. Now, I have got here the number sentence 14 times 2. So my group is 14 because it's the first number. And the number of groups I need, how many groups, is 2. So let me move these to the bottom so I don't get confused. And let me make my first group 14. I think I'm going to need a bit of space. So that's my 10. And then I'm going to add my 4 ones. Because that's all the number 14 is, isn't it? We've got 1 in the tens column and 4 in the ones column. So 1 10 and 4 ones, 14. How many groups of 14 do I need? I need 2 groups, so just one more set. Okay, here's my second 10, 11, 12, 13 and 14. So just like I did with my Deans, let me count up my 10s. 10, 20. Great. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. And if you're really good at doubling, you should know that answer. 14 times 2 is 28. Okay, I'm going to give you, I've got one more post-it left. I'm going to give you some ideas to go and have a go at. So can you make these with things around the house and your big piece of white paper? If you could photograph them, that would be brilliant, and send them in. I'm also just going to show you how to record it in your book. So, how to record our learning. If we put in the date and then our TLP is can I multiply using tens and ones, and I've let you use the symbol there because I'm very kind. So after that, if you draw out our multiplication grid, and I think I'm going to choose the 11 times 5 to show you how to record. Now, as always, the group is at the top, and I'm actually going to write the numbers in different boxes, which might be useful for us later on. Okay, I'm going to put my multiplication sign here, and I'm going to put my 5 here. So 11 times 5. Now I'm going to show my group. I'm going to show the 10 and then the 1. Another 10 and 1. Another 10 and another 1. Right, so far I've got 3 groups of 11. Another 10 and a 1. Another 10 and then a 1. So 11 times 5 equals 55. Now this gets a bit more tricky when you're trying to do 17 multiplied by 5, but if you count up the 10s and the 1s, it will get you to the right answer. So your task is to use your equipment at home to solve these and maybe think of some of your own, to record a couple in your book, and as an extra challenge, you could try some larger numbers, larger groups that you'd like to multiply, maybe even some 20s numbers. See how you get on with that. Okay, look forward to seeing you all later on Zoom, and I hope you have a good day. Goodbye.